for one more show of the Table Topics. And once again, we ride outside. Today is a beautiful day. I think we are 90 or 91. That's what it was showing on my car. And we are in beautiful weather and natural AC under a tree.
Yeah, it's true. See, there you go. You're saying that Fall River, we need to do that. We don't like trees in the city for some reason. But when it's 90 degrees, everybody wants to get under a tree. Right?
Yeah, you see? So, John, how you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. Like we promised last week, that we were trying to do this and the phones were not working, and John was holding a hand up for 20 minutes.
No, I just signed off eventually because I didn't want to mess you guys up with your connection. So
we are here at St. Anne's Hospital, and is another farmers market event. And what us to talk about the farmers market that she didn't have a chance to finish last week, and we end up not putting the show on the air because it was a disaster. It's Sara Lavoisier. Thank you, Sara, for our invitation to be here in person now.
Yes,
right?
Thank you.
Finally, a year and a half, we were hiding. So, Sara, talk to us a little bit about the markets.
Sure. We have 3 markets in Fall River that Mass in Motion helps support, as well as CMAP, Southeastern Massachusetts Agricultural Partnership. It's a lot of words. They work with us. We're partners along with Lane Gardens, who is the primary farm. And we have created 3 locations where Lane Gardens brings their fresh fruits and vegetables out to the Fall River residents. All 3 markets are open to the public, so they're all outside. This one is at St. Anne's. It's here on Tuesdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And on Wednesdays, we meet in the Flint at Health First Family Care Center, and that's a lovely market. That was our original market. This is the 3rd season for Health First Market, and it's very popular. And Laura, the farmer from Lane Garden, she has many repeat customers, loyal customers, so she loves that market. And she brings it there on Wednesdays from 2 to 5 p.m. And then on Fridays, we are at Cardinal Medeiros Towers, and that is from 2 to 5 p.m. as well. And that is open to the public as well. So all of these markets are outside, and I don't know if you can see in the background, we put the tables out, we put the fruits and vegetables, we have everything's in season. Many of the vegetables and fruits were picked this morning for the market today. And then tomorrow's vegetables and fruits will be picked that morning. So it's the freshest, most nutritious produce you can get. And they're wonderful markets. I'm very proud to work with them and the farmers.
One thing that we got a chance to talk about last week too is the different forms of payment that this year changed, right? So can you explain to our viewers how they can pay for this product?
Yes. And it actually didn't change this year. This has been the case in the last 3 years, but it's becoming more well known and better publicized. We're learning as we go along how to promote it, how to let people know. So we maybe didn't have it on our flyer. So I'm sorry, that was partly my fault. You didn't know, but
things happen.
Anyway, so this year as well, you can pay with cash, you can pay with credit card or debit card. You can also pay with your EBT card, SNAP card, and along with that comes the HIP program, so I'll come back to that. And then once the senior coupons come out in July, coming up, we will be having those distributed, and so seniors can pick up those, and that's good for $25 of free to them, fruits and vegetables. They can bring the coupon and use it like cash at the market. And then as well as that coupon system, we have the WIC coupon system, and I believe that coupon has gone up to $30 this year. I hope I'm correct. I'm pretty sure I'm correct that last year was 25, it's gone up to 30, which is wonderful. So that's women, infant, and children's. And we also work at Health First especially because that's where their office is, the WIC office for Fall River. We work with Chelsea and Lisa from WIC, and they are great partners, especially at Health First, but at the other markets as well. And they get the word out to their customers, they put it on their social media accounts and share it around, and so people hear about the markets and how they can buy the fresh fruits and vegetables for their family.
before I pass it on to John, and since we are on talking about the payments,
Yes.
Can you go back again
Yeah.
and explain to us the $10 work on the card?
Sure, wonderful.
Because I don't want to miss that
No,
part.
honestly, that's the most important part to me because that's why I'm involved. That's why Mass in Motion seeks to be equitable and food security and make sure that all the residents of Fall River have access to fresh, healthy fruits and vegetables, and that's why I'm involved in these markets. So if you receive SNAP benefits, so that's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly called food stamps, right? So now we call it SNAP. You have an EBT card, an electronic balance transfer card. Then if you have SNAP benefits, you already have HIP benefits, but it's likely that you didn't know it because it's hard to get the word out about this program. Healthy Incentives Program is so wonderful. It is available, as I said, to all SNAP recipients, and it's an extra amount of money that people can use for fresh fruits and vegetables at a farmer's market. So those are two special things about it. You can't use your HIP benefits at a grocery store to buy carrots, but you can go to a farmer's market and buy carrots and use that extra money. So if you had $10 on your SNAP card at the end of the month, right? So you have $10 left. You can come to the farmer's market, and if you had 2 people in your household, your SNAP household, you would have an extra $40 a month that you could spend. If you had 3 to 5 people, you would have an extra $60 a month. If you have 6 or more people, you would have $80 a month extra beyond that SNAP balance that you could spend on fresh fruits and vegetables. So if you had that $10 SNAP balance and you came to the market today, you could pick out, if you had 6 people in your SNAP household, you could have only $10 on your SNAP balance. You could buy $80 worth of fresh fruits and vegetables, and you still go home with the $10 SNAP balance. So it's extra money. It gets reimbursed. So you would, if that were the case, you had 6 people in your household, you had never used it before, so you had your full $80 for the month. You bring your SNAP card with the $10. She would have to run it through 8 times because that's a pretty big bill there. But she would run it through once, and it would take $10 off the SNAP balance, and it would put it right back on. And then she'd run it through again. It would take $10 more off. It would put it right back on. And she'd do that so that at the end, on your receipt at the bottom, it shows you still have your $10 SNAP balance that you could use at any grocery store, convenience store, corner store, and you get to also walk home with that extra $80 worth of fruits and vegetables.
So, and I'm going to give you this example. If I have a card with $100 and I spent all the $100 on the grocery store, I don't have enough to come here.
That's tricky.
But if I buy everything else besides fresh stuff, okay, on the so what give me more money to spend on the grocery store if I leave my vegetables, fruits and vegetables out of that store and have $1 left on my card, I can come to a farmer's market and buy all my fresh vegetables and still have that extra money on my card.
Exactly. So we tell people you have to have $1 balance. It just depends how long you're willing to wait in line and have her run through the to be fair. But so it would work with less than $1. It would work with. It's easier if you come earlier in the month when you have a higher balance. Buy your fruits and vegetables then you can use your other SNAP money for the other foods at the grocery store later in the month.
Would be a good idea out of the $100 if I come and I buy for my fresh vegetables before I go to the market because I already know what I bought for vegetables, and I spend my cards. By the time I get from here to my grocery store, my money it's all back on my card again.
It's immediately before you walk away from the market. You can see at the bottom of your receipt that it's already back on your card. Yeah, it's wonderful.
This is important because I don't think a lot of people know this. So basically, one person it's $20, or is
one or 2 people? $40,
right.
An extra $40 a month.
So for one person, then it would be 20?
One person would still be 40.
40? Okay.
2 people would be 40.
All right, but it doesn't show anywhere, like if somebody were to go to Stop and Shop and they have a balance on their card of $20, it's not going to show up that they have this money on the card.
No, so,
okay.
But when you come to the market, they can run your card and tell you how much you have for
Okay.
HIP.
All right.
So if our farmer maybe has an example, she might be able to help us.
Yeah.
So maybe she'll think about coming and joining the party here and show us the receipt.
Do you know, Sarah, that's important. If she
Yes.
does that, that would be great. But so basically, what if you go 3 months? Like say you start in June.
Good question.
Does that money, does it
All
go
right.
from month to month?
So
Or?
SNAP money rolls over every
Yep.
month. So if you had $100 that you were given every month to buy groceries for SNAP, and you didn't use any one month, or use $50 one month, and the next month you get your 100, then you have 150.
Yeah.
Right? It rolls over. But HIP does not roll over, but it renews every month.
Yeah.
So it's a use it or lose it.
Yeah.
So we encourage you to come out to the market today
Yeah.
for 2 o'clock,
Yeah.
or tomorrow at Health First from 2 to 5. Friday at Cardinal
So
Madera from 2 to 5.
because
Yeah.
our show is going to repeat,
Yes.
Yeah.
our show first day showing it's on Wednesday,
Okay, so yes.
on Wednesday nights, and then repeats for the
Okay.
following week.
Yes. Every week
At least
we're
once a day.
here. Yes.
Let's give the days of the week
You're right. Don't
and
say
the times
tomorrow.
exactly,
Yes.
because I could be on my couch on Saturday and
Good
watching the
thinking.
show, and Sunday it's no market.
You're right. Sorry about that.
If you want to repeat the
Sure.
days
The-
again a week,
and the
'cause I know
places.
for me, I'd want to know.
And I'll show you. I'll get you
Go
a
ahead,
flyer.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's fine. No, I think that's really important information because I don't
Yes.
think a lot of people would know that offhand, and it doesn't go from month to month, so you might as well, do that.
And one
you
thing,
can,
at least this farmers good for, because if you go to a market,
Yep.
you don't know when those vegetables were picked. That's number one.
And where?
Number two, and where? Number two is what you find a lot now. It's wrapped. They already wrapped. They prepare
Yeah.
for last a long time.
Yes.
So that's not fresh.
Right.
If you pick something, if you pick a vegetable that's wrapped, that could be a week old or more than a week old.
Some
but
of
it's
it- some of-
preserved inside the plastic
Yeah.
in the freezer,
Yeah.
you know.
But,
So
but I
it's
think some of it, what Sarah was saying, it's not from here. Some of the stuff could be from South America, Mexico,
Yes.
depending on. So this is
This
really
is
a
local
good
farmers.
service.
I like to say this is a win-win-win program. It's a win for the residents because they get extra money for fruits and vegetables if they're using HIP. If they don't have SNAP or HIP, you can still buy the fruits and vegetables with your cash and your cards and your whatever. So it benefits the local residents with healthy fruits and vegetables.
helps the farmers
It
too.
helps the
because
farmers, local economy,
And
Yeah.
which is the money is coming back into the system because it helps us all in that way, and it helps the environment because it reduces the transportation costs. It encourages the land to remain open for farms
did
and
you
not
ask for
to
her?
be.
That's all you asked for?
I'm not sure. if
But
she
you know
wants
what?
that, yeah.
I just want to bring up. You make up a good point now too. We see like gas out in the Pacific Northwest, they're going to have shortages, and it's not because of there's a shortage of gas. It's like they don't have the truck drivers to go
Yes,
there.
yes.
So this is really an important thing to have because you may go to the grocery store and they don't have everything there with
right.
these trucking shortages that are going to sure come down the line. And that was because I think basically years ago they said, we're going to have driverless trucks. Don't worry about going to driving school to be a truck driver.
Yeah.
And I guess after a while people start hearing that and saying, why am I going to go into that occupation?
Right, right.
Now we see the results of that.
Right.
So
Well, I prefer it this way because it's less carbon going into the air,
Absolutely, yeah.
exhaust. The
Yep.
environmental impact is more significant if you're taking your carrots from California
Yep.
versus you're picking them from a farm in Rehoboth or Dayton. So
Yeah.
I
No,
do
it's-
want to touch base back on that rollover thing, and then maybe we could ask Olivia if she wanted to join us.
She
But-
can
Yeah,
join us right here
sure.
next to John.
Sure.
yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
Yeah, right here next to
You got
John.
plenty of room there.
I'm pretty sure. That's why I'm getting closer to her, so
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
mic
no,
will,
you're
she
fine.
can share
I'm
the
giving
mic.
you room too.
So I'm just before I introduce Olivia, I'll just say that you asked the question about rolling over the money. So SNAP money will roll over every month. It'll stay with you for. But the HIP money, if you didn't know about the HIP program, and today is the 29th? 29th of June. If you don't have time to come to this market or another market this week, then your June money will probably be gone if you don't make it to a market before Wednesday evening. But then the next day, you get that same full amount for the month is back on your card. So, yeah. If you had $40 to spend and you only spent $30, you'll end up losing that $10. But then the first of the month, the next month, you get the $40 right back on the card.
Well, I look at it, if people didn't know about it, it's still a win, right? So that's.
Exactly.
And how long, Sarah, does this go until October?
Oh, we are committing through October.
Okay.
And then we may go longer. Health First in particular has been very open to allowing us to be indoors when it wasn't COVID. So in 2019, we had a market inside Health First, so that was wonderful. So she went, I think, through February that year.
Wow.
So my math is not doing right.
But
So it's
I know it was indoors.
possible. She likes to have Health First, at least one market open through Thanksgiving, because then people, Thanksgiving has traditional vegetables that everybody likes to have, so that's a wonderful thing. So I'm pretty confident that's going to happen, but we've committed officially through the end of October.
So let's
Introduce Olivia.
Olivia, and what does she's work with the farmer?
Olivia Hart is she's wearing a CMAP shirt. So CMAP is partnering with Mass in Motion and the farmer. So Olivia doesn't necessarily work directly on the farm, but she's helping create these markets, just like Mass in Motion and the St. Anne's Hospital and Health First and Carno Medeiros, the housing authority.
So let's ask her the experience. How's been the experience, and how you think it's been turning okay, the way you predict, the way you want?
If there's anything I've learned from the past year is that you can't predict anything. But I'm pleasantly surprised. Not surprised, but this is very pleasant, and I'm happy to see so many people coming out. Today especially, I think at the market was super busy, so it was awesome. I love being able to talk to people that may not have heard about HIP before. I love being able to tell them about the program, and just like seeing people get so excited about the extra money they get to support local farms. People really care about it, and people really care about supporting local farmers, local businesses, as we've already been talking about. It's so important and meaningful for the local community in Fall River, in Bristol County, in southeastern Massachusetts, to be able to have those connections and kind of know your farmer. And it's just so much better for your health, and it doesn't matter who you are, what your income level is. Everybody cares about their health, and health is important for everybody. So I think it's really great to be able to connect with people over that, and hopefully I'll connect with even more people.
One thing that I have to say, I was an enemy of vegetables. My whole life.
I think you just said word, though, right?
Yes,
Okay,
I pushed those green beans right on the side of the plate, those carrots right on the side of the plate. And now I complete change after I started my diet. I complete change. Now is the big piece of meat, I eat half of it, and I push the other half at the side of the plate.
Excellent.
And those beans and everything, that come right on the center of the plate.
Nice.
That's what I don't want to miss. So that's why now it gives so much important for me.
Don't you feel better?
I feel better. People saying, thank God, I recognize you by your voice now, because I don't know what happened to you, but since I started eating those vegetables, I lost 35 pounds.
Wow, that's wonderful.
35 pounds,
Good for you.
It's like I could eat 3 steaks and leave the vegetables on the side. Now it's like...
They say food as medicine. Food is medicine.
It is, believe me, and it makes a big difference. And when you get used to the vegetables, on my meals now have to have a salad, has to have vegetable. What else would not be a meal? And I guess you train your body that your body asks for. When you go and somewhere to eat, you're always looking for the vegetables, where I can, and you start getting very picky with wherever you eat. So farmers markets,
Oh, I hope you take
is
a look
is my marketplace now.
There you go.
And that's a good segue. Would you hold this for a minute, please? I have some.
That's what we need to go.
You're from a state agency, right, that works with local farmers? So CMAP is technically a nonprofit. We're funded in part by the Mass Department of Agricultural Resources, MDR. actually one of 9 buy local organizations for like each region of the state. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you work with like numerous farmers in this area?
Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, no, I think I
Hopefully all of
remember.
them.
I think I remember the program. I knew somebody that worked in that agency.
At CMAP?
And yeah, and they basically, I guess you can also work with a farmer to get vegetables, get like a basket of them.
CSA,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, which I thought was really cool at the time. But yeah, I think this is all, and I mentioned this before, all very good with the whole inflation thing coming up. I think this is like a great program. I'm glad that, you know what I mean, you guys are, I think we're going to find it's going to be a lot more instrumental in the next few years. Hopefully not as much as, you know, some people think, but I think it's still a great program in that
Maybe
sense.
you would share, Olivia, on the back of our flyer and the other options beyond the 3 markets that we have every week. We've put on our flyer some other local options. So go ahead, I'll let you talk. They're sick of hearing me.
Yeah, so we have lots of other options on this flyer. You don't have to just go to a farmer's market to use HIP. It's any farm or farm business that is authorized by the state.
HIP certified, yes.
To be HIP certified. So yeah, some other options from HIP certified farms. So Coastal Food Shed is based in New Bedford. They have a virtual market and some outdoor markets. Oakdale Farms does a really cool delivery program. And
Online ordering and then delivery, right?
Online ordering and delivery, yes. And you can do that with HIP. And Skinny Dip Farm in Little Compton does pickup on Saturdays, and they're also in Plymouth one other day of the week, but that's a little further away.
Yeah.
Are there any other folks that participate? Like I know there's a farm stand on Route 6 in Swansea, Almeida's. Would you?
I don't know off the top of my head
Okay.
any other. These were the most local that we could find
Okay.
this winter when we made the flyer. They may be HIP certified. So
Okay.
what we do have is if you go to mass.gov/HIP, you can find a map. You can type in what town did you say that was in?
Swansea.
Swansea.
Yeah.
Or even Fall River and plug in 20 miles around Fall River,
yeah.
and it will give you all the HIP certified farmers markets in that area.
Okay.
So you can plan your HIP money.
Yeah, no, it's good to know in case somebody
Mm-hmm.
lives, you know, in Somerset, Swansea.
Absolutely, yes. It's a
Rehoboth.
whole Massachusetts-wide program.
Okay,
so.
cool. That's great.
Other states also have it. We don't accept any HIP or SNAP from Rhode Island.
Yeah.
It's tough because we're so close, I know, but you gotta draw
Yeah.
the line somewhere.
Yeah.
We're happy they have it for themselves as well.
Yeah,
So,
no, it's true.
yeah.
That's a good. No, it's an excellent program. I'm pleasantly surprised to learn this myself.
And
You know.
So we have these paper flyers. We've tried to put them up. We've put them on social media. Mass in Motion has a social media, Facebook and Instagram, as does CMAP as well. So we constantly kind of throw them out there. Mass in Motion FR is my
Handle.
Thank you. And CMAP is
CMAP online.
yes.
So,
So you can look for those. And I also, since I work at Government Center, I have a web page on the city website, so fallriverma.org/mass-in-motion. You can find my web page. I know it's hard.
Yeah.
I wish it were easier. But I post these electronically on the web page as well.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, no, I think it's good for seniors too, because we
Yes.
have some seniors
Absolutely.
that probably don't even know about the program.
Absolutely.
So I think
And
this is awesome.
I'll tell you, the most common objection, if you will, I hear from seniors is they are so kind-hearted. They don't want to use money that could go to someone else,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it's a benefit program. They are not keeping money out of anyone else's home. So I encourage seniors, if you have trouble buying your groceries, apply for SNAP. You can have not only the SNAP but the HIP, and it's not hurting anyone else.
Yeah, and I think
want
it's
them to know that.
usually seniors are from the greatest generation.
Yes.
I mean, so that it's a different mindset
I
back then.
understand. I
So
know.
I mean, you
That's
know,
'cause
I'm
they're
preaching the
kind-hearted,
choir.
I
Yeah,
know.
so it's good. They've worked their whole lives
Yeah.
in this country,
Self-sufficient.
and I think that and they've been self-sufficient. So I know it's hard for them, but you know what? If you need it, the program's here, and you guys are great. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the right word. Advocates, yeah, gatekeepers, whatever. I'm trying to think of all.
So
And
what
we
we got
also
there?
have free goodies. I know that everybody likes free goodies. So we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 9 books of recipes out there today. I have 32 in total, so I'm bringing out a few more every week. Free recipes. On one side it's in English, on the other side it's in Spanish, and they all include fresh fruits and vegetables that are in season at the time. So I'm not bringing out anything that has pumpkin in the recipe yet. That'll be later in the season.
Yep.
You know, so feel free. These are no cost, and I have plenty. We also, each week we're going to have a different giveaway. Last week we gave away a tote bag. This week we have some colorful measuring cups and some water bottles. So those will be at all the markets. So each week there'll be some new things, and these were generously donated from UMass Nutrition Extension Program. And you made me think of it because you're talking about half your plate is vegetables now. They all have the Choose My Plate logo and everything on it, where fruits and vegetables are supposed to be half your plate. You are exactly right. And then grains another quarter. So the protein only a quarter. So
exactly.
that's the healthy way.
Yeah.
So if I could touch on one thing for someone that is not part of the whole SNAP program, they just want to come here to the farmer's market. Would you say the prices are comparable to like the local supermarket or lower? I mean, if it's comparable, it's always better to get fresh.
It's true.
Here.
I will have to say they are slightly higher. You will notice that, but you have to consider the value and the importance of this. And Olivia might be able to speak more to this, but it's a local farmer. You're supporting your neighbor. That is also, as I said, they are increasing the value of your home because they're keeping their farm open to that increases property values and such. That you're helping to reduce the negative effects of the environment on the environment of transporting carrots from California, like we said. So she's I hope as close to a living wage as possible. But honestly, the profit margin on farms is not a lot. They have to. There's so much effort they put into farming there.
I agree.
Everything.
I was just trying to use that. I probably should have asked you before.
It's a good point,
an incentive,
though,
because even if it is a little bit more, you're getting it. It was probably picked, like you said, from today, probably.
Yes.
One thing I will say is some things, yes, are more expensive, but a lot of produce that's in season, if you go to a farmer's market and just buy produce that's in season, which is all of this, it's honestly like often around the same price, sometimes even cheaper, just because you don't have those added transportation costs. So it really depends.
And just to note that this morning they right on the ground, and they came from the ground to a basket to a trunk of a car, drove 15 minutes, and it's on the table. To sell. Just that value is huge. Huge.
And I think most people, at least for me, when I worked up in Boston, they had a farmer's market at Government Center. I just, I never really looked at the prices personally, because it's like, I know vegetables are expensive if you go to the supermarket as well. So it's kind of like, this is what you pay.
We have about 2 minutes to finish the show. One thing that I definitely don't want to leave out is the days, the times, and the places.
Excellent. Let's repeat that. Yes, as our flyer says, Tuesdays are at St. Anne's Hospital from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're very grateful and thankful to St. Anne's because you can see so many people are driving by. People come in that are just walking by, and that's wonderful. So St. Anne's on Tuesdays. On Wednesdays, we're at Health First Family Care Center from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So every Tuesday and every Wednesday, and then on Fridays, every Friday at Cardinal Medeiros Towers from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So we wanted to make the market available at St. Anne's, especially in the middle of the day surrounding the lunch hours, so the employees could take advantage. And that was Tracy's idea, and that's wonderful. And
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
They can come down.
Very good.
We had many employees today. We're very excited.
Very good. So I want to thank you both for the opportunity for us to be here at the farmers market. We wish you a lot of luck, and we probably will be checking out again the markets in a couple of months, see how you guys doing during the summer and shopping. John, next show it's going to be about hortensias, the hydrangeas.
What is it?
The plants from Azores.
Oh, okay, yeah, hydrangeas.
Hortensias.
Okay, yep, hydrangea. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
So it's going to be about hortensias, and it's going to be with our guests.
Yep.
The guy that is trying to promote and put a lot of those plants around the city.
Excellent.
So that's
Sounds
our
like
show
good
for
show.
next week.